Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Chev back here over on some Warzone because from what I know, my Warzone should be fixed at this point. I made a video almost, I think 2 weeks ago at this point where it says Warzone literally died. In that video, I showed you guys me doing the same exact process here where I am logging in, I'm just clicking play, not interacting with the game at all, there's no menu interaction, nothing. I just sit here, it immediately loads into this, fetching store info. It would immediately close my game and everything. So this time around, I'm pretty sure they ended up fixing it. Fetching store info, and we're right through. No problem. Boom. No issues whatsoever. We're back here. Over on Warzone, they got the titanium trial. Still 9 days left. I've made absolutely no progress because I absolutely refuse. Oh, and I'm sure I can't wait for it. There's going to be a whole plethora of people that are going to be asking. Once Warzone 2 comes out, I already know it. I can see it now. Everybody go back to Warzone 1. Don't give up on Warzone 2 if we just keep playing Warzone 1. I'm telling you, it's going to be a thing. No doubt in my mind are there going to be people sitting there petitioning for everybody to just go back to Warzone 1. It's over, man. I'm telling you right now, do not get that passionate. Do not do it. They don't care, man. We've tried with multiplayer year over year. It's not gonna work. Also, I haven't uploaded Multiverses in a few days. Multiverses Season 1 actually starts tomorrow at some point, so I'm gonna be making a video on that, the new season and everything that's out. I don't know necessarily what drops exactly on the Season 1 update, but Morty's supposed to be coming sometime in the season. There's supposed to be a ranked mode. They're supposed to be doing the hitbox and hurtbox rework or overhaul or whatever the word was that they used. Camos are working now, so that's a good thing. Nothing is breaking anything. I still have blueprints on and it's fine. I mean, if it broke again, I could just tell them, you know, what's still causing it, but it seems to be fine. So here's the thing. I actually have a story about this. It started working for me, I believe, yesterday, or maybe it was Friday. I can't remember. I think it was like Friday night or something. I was sitting on Twitter and there are multiple people that I follow that do have the same issue as me or did have the same issue as me. My FPS is locked. Full screen. What the fuck happened to the quality? Hello? I saw on Twitter that somebody ended up getting back in randomly, but surely something had to change. So there must have been some sort of little update that came out where people ended up hitting it and they were just like, huh, it works now. Okay, well, I'm just gonna load mine up to see what happens, and I got back in. So I ended up sending a message over to Raven because I was in contact with them, and I ended up sending a message over to the guy like, yo, thank you so much for fixing this shit. He was like, that fix wasn't supposed to be out for like a few days, but it's working now? I was like, yeah, it's all working good and everything, so I mean, regardless, thank you. He was as confused as me.
Right on your tail.
There's no way that guy is that bad, because the Blixen sucks so bad. Oh, fuck. Scared the shit out of me. I swear I saw somebody. Oh, there's somebody. UFC event yesterday as well. It was Dominic Cruz versus Cheeto Vera.
Be mindful. Enemy precision airstrike.
You got me, man. Good for you. That was weird. He was already shooting me before I even got over there. I thought the guy that was on the white building was actually the dude that called in the advance, but I think it was actually him that called in the advance. That's how he knew I was coming. I took the wrong guess there. Main event was definitely the biggest one that people were paying attention to. Cheeto has been just on fire. He's just been popping off recently. He had a style that I thought would be a pretty bad style for Dom to deal with, and I mean, Cheeto did win the fight, but not in the way that I thought he would. So Cheeto Vera ended up KOing Dominic Cruz with a head kick. He ended up setting him up with a jab head kick because Dominic Cruz would end up leaning to one side every single time that Cheeto ended up throwing one of his jabs out there. I think it was in Orthodox, I can't remember. But every time he threw a jab, I think out of Orthodox, he would end up leaning towards the kicking side of Cheeto.
Die in real life.
Enemy UAV active.
I thought matchup-wise, I thought Cheeto might not have been ready for this level because Dominic Cruz is literally like one of, if not the greatest bantamweight we have ever seen in terms of like accolades and just overall style and shit. Like, he is an insane kind of challenge to deal with. Obviously, he's been beaten before, but that doesn't make it any easier. It just means that, okay, maybe he's human.
Next time will be different. Return to base for debrief.
I'm so happy this game is dead. That was the first kill he's got. I wandered into a building and he was just sitting in the darkest corner with a default skin, doesn't play the game often. I just lost. Had 10 kills. I'm telling you, Warzone 2 is gonna be a nightmare if they really have shit like this. If they let shit like this go, I mean, maybe it's for the better if Warzone 2 just flops and everybody moves on. Multiplayer will always be there because all of us have been playing multiplayer this whole time. Doesn't matter for shit if Warzone lives or dies. Multiplayer's there. I was playing this shit well before Warzone. I thought that this fight would go a little bit differently between Cruz and Cheeto, because Cheeto tends to be very, very slow. He tends to pick his shots very, very well. I thought over 5 rounds, maybe Dominic Cruz would, you know, have a more of an advantage. Please style on this guy. Nice. He didn't have a corner to sit in, so he's dead. It's a shame. Poor guy. This guy's got 8 kills. Okay, I can run with that. At least he's engaging. I thought it would be a fight where Cheeto ended up just chopping up the legs of Dominic Cruz, because that's been the thing that people have shown where they can actually adjust to it. Instead of dealing with Dominic Cruz's footwork and shit like that, which is insanely difficult to deal with, by the way. Super, super unique. You'll never find any other footwork that's like his. And for the majority of it, it has worked for the majority of his career. It's been very, very difficult for people to prepare for, and a lot of people end up just standing in front of him trying to hit nothing but air. So I thought Cheeto was gonna be slow at the start, you know, maybe drop a couple rounds or whatever, and then, you know, just throw a bunch of just hard leg kicks and slow the movement of Dominic Cruz down. And then he would be able to lay in some nice selective, like, one-shot KO kind of thing. That's how I was thinking that it would go. But again, obviously, Dominic Cruz has never been just straight up shut off. You can make the argument with Cejudo or whatever, but, you know, you could have let it go, I guess, a little bit more. I don't think he was gonna get out of that, by the way, but, you know, whatever. This time around, Cheeto didn't chop up his leg. I obviously have no fucking idea what I'm talking about, because Cheeto Vera literally went out of his way to not kick his legs, so Dominic Cruz would basically just bob and weave into his strikes. For example, he knew setting him up with a jab makes him, you know, lean to one direction. Here's the thing. If he ended up chopping up his legs and destroying his legs, maybe he wouldn't be leaning in that direction anymore. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of played him in that process where he was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let him do his thing. He's gonna do all the movement that he wants. Oh my goodness. Instead, he just let Dominic literally just walk into his head kick. That was brutal too. You can see on impact in the video of that foot literally landing directly on Dominic's face, dead center, right on his nose. You see his nose instantly get shattered as soon as he gets kicked in the face. It was pretty bad. It kind of sucked to watch, to be honest with you, because I think Dominic Cruz is a legend, but, you know, shit happens, and Cheeto is in super form right now. Definitely one of the most entertaining 135ers on the planet. He might just have the greatest knockout power in the division. He is ridiculously dangerous. He just hurts. Every single person that we have watched get hit by him recently, just, it hurts. I mean, Aldo did really, really well against him, so I mean, maybe he could get the rematch with Aldo or something like that, but Aldo might just have that matchup style that just does not work for, you know, Cheeto. He's stunned and he's dead. Dude, stuns have gotta get nerfed. I'm sorry. They gotta get nerfed. That shit is too strong. The fact that that guy couldn't turn for that long is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I know I was saying shit like, yeah, just buff Battle Hardened and whatever. If people stun enough, maybe more people will use Battle Hardened, but apparently not. And all these Riot Shielders are having the times of their lives because nobody's actually running counter classes against this shit. Again, it's another matchup thing. If you have the perfect class for a Riot Shielder, the Riot Shielder stands absolutely zero chance. Don't stand on the same level as them on the ground, shoot them, put pressure on them, bring attention to the fight so it's not just one-on-one, so the guy has to sit there and block 2 different directions. There's so many plays you can have against Riot Shielders, but these guys get away with pretty much very, very little amounts of, you know, resistance whenever they run into the average player, because the average player is not really paying attention to this shit. So yeah, once Multiverses comes out, that's what I'm looking forward to, because I'm happy that my game's not broken anymore. It's fixed. There's really no explanation as to how it's fixed or whatever, but literally directly talking to somebody, they were saying that the fix hasn't gone out yet, but I'm glad it's working. So I don't know. It's really, really weird. I'm assuming in the patch notes that we end up getting this week, it's gonna say that they ended up fixing it, but he said things sometimes just fix themselves. Yeah, so I couldn't play the game for basically 2 weeks, and then it ended up fixing itself, but with help from them. You know, it's fucked up. It was super surprising to me that it just randomly started working like that. I want to see this Riot Shielder die. Gets the stun out there. He basically guarantees a victory if he lands a stun. It's far too strong. I'm sorry. It's only a couple months. You only have to deal with it for a little bit, so it doesn't really matter. There's a dude behind him and a dude that just shot him from... Okay, so this guy's actually kind of pinched. All right, a dude calls a airstrike on top of the rock that he's on. Very close. Ends up getting cracked in the back. Oh, he's taking shots at him right there. To your left. There it is. The stun grenade. Oh, he hits the stun on him. Gonna go for the... What the fuck is he doing? He's going for the shield right in front of him. Dodging, bobbing, weaving. Throws another stun grenade, hits the stun grenade, ends up firing back with it. Drops him! Gonna sit there played up over here in the corner. Only 2 other players left. Now, if he's smart, he can just wait for the other 2 to fight each other. Oh, there's only 1 other guy left, so they did fight each other. So if this dude is able to just hide well enough, I mean, clearly the other dude knew where he was at, though, when they called an airstrike on them. That guy might have died. I can't wait to spectate Warzone 2 as well. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Dude, I'm telling you, the shit that we ended up seeing early in the spectating series over on Warzone, I'm telling you, go back and watch some old spectating videos. The meta has just shifted, not just in weapons, just the way that people play. The same shit is gonna happen on Warzone 2. This guy's throwing snapshots over here, but he's not getting anything, so he might be very, very dependent on those snapshots. He's gonna make noise, though. Clearly, the guy's right behind this rock right in front of him. He's right there to your right. He's to your right. Next to your right. Did I not say it? Like, he's literally to your right, I said. He's standing there. Why would you pick up this playstyle of all playstyles if you are absolutely terrible? This has, like, one of the lowest success rates in the entire game. And you're choosing to be annoying over winning. Haha, the riot shielder died.
Yeah, I was happy about that, too.
At least if you're gonna riot shield, run around and riot shield with, like, you know, the double collie sticks or some shit like that. Don't riot shield stun and then pull out your gun and shit. That's just pussy. I'm ready for multiverses, though.